Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. Supportive Oracle cards, Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. All right, what do we got for Taurus? Really good start. Okay. There's a change coming. What I think we're heading towards, just a quick snapshot. What you want for somebody versus what actually happens might be different. There's a change coming. There's definitely a change coming. Your challenge card is very strong. It's the Knight of Cups, which is telling me the love you have for somebody and how things are changing might be a little bit of a challenge. It's something that you try to be comfortable with right off the bat. And I'm getting like there's something really good coming from this, but I feel like it's just coming to peace with it. Whoever this is has a very big piece of your heart. Ace of Cups is here with the door to happiness, and I'm feeling like that's the two of these together. Ironically, even though this is a very positive card, I feel like it's kind of like somebody's role in your life might be diminishing, or there might be more travel going on with this person. Like you're not seeing somebody as much as you're used to. And I feel like it's not something you're liking. You've got the Ace of Cups with the door to personal happiness, kind of like somebody, like I feel like somebody's walking out this door. But I don't think it's permanent. I just feel like there's a change. The thing is, this person is also very constant in your life. You've got the Knight of Pentacles coming in here. Like, this person is constant. I don't see them completely leaving your life, but I feel like there's a change going on here. It's almost like somebody traveling for work and you're not seeing them hardly at all during the week anymore. Either that, or like you have a day shift and they have a night shift and you're just not seeing them. You're not able to talk with them. They might have a weekend schedule, and maybe you have a weekend schedule now, and now you're just not seeing each other. For some of you, it is it's almost like a dependent. For some of you, it's a dependent. Somebody who's used to live with you, or currently maybe lives with you, is not going to live with you soon, but is still connected to you. A lot of this is coming in. They're not completely going away. I also feel like this person is making a decision. And they have the King of Swords with the thinking woman. Like, this is like a balanced energy. Like, they're deciding. Somebody is deciding they have to move forward. Somebody else is making the decision. And I feel like you're kind of, you're subject to the decision. I just don't feel like you have the power in this situation to change what's happening here. Somebody's deciding what they want to do next. It's a very balanced decision, but I'm feeling like this is hard for you a little bit. I don't think this is going away, but the energy is changing. It's almost kind of like, you know, how do I'm trying to think. It's like almost like, it feels like a home almost. Almost feels like somebody else owns the home you live in. And they're going to sell this home and buy another one. And it's kind of like you got to change how you're living. Like, it's something like that. It's kind of like things are changing dramatically. It is like that, though. It's kind of like, it's like you live in this home, but somebody else owns it and they're selling it. It's kind of, for some of you, I feel like that's the thing. And it's kind of like, this is really upsetting my life, but this has to happen. You seem to understand, because there is a move here. The Three of Wands does denote a move sometimes, and the Knight of Cups backing it up. There's definitely a change. So this person and their connection with you is changing. That's a move. It's a version of a move, but it could be a literal move. It could be as well. I'm getting this is something that this other person has thought out they need to do. They're working towards it. I'm getting that this is not bad for you. But Earth, I feel like Taurus especially, might have a really hard time with change. I know that like Cancer typically has a very hard time with change too. I don't know why I'm putting that out there. But I'm getting the Empress with the Five of Cups, which is telling me you're going to be fine. Things are going to go better. You're going into a new situation that's going to actually flourish and be a lot better for you. But But I'm getting, as it's happening, it's hard to accept it. It's hard to like it. Just going through the change itself is not something you're really looking for. I feel like it's somebody else choosing the change. I feel like that's a lot of it here. This is somebody who actually could use your strength. This person is moving forward because they feel like they have to. Keep that in mind. The more support you can give this person, the better it will be. I just feel like that's still challenging for both of you because they need to move forward. They have to move forward. They get stronger. See, that's why this is over here. They get stronger moving forward. This is better for them. It will be better for you too. It's just going to take some time to settle in. I'm getting like what they're saying also with your side, and I saw these coming together. The reason this is very hard for you is because it seems to be shaking up your core, it's shaking up your base. You got the Three of Swords with the base chakra, which I'm getting, the reason this is so difficult is because you feel like the foundation of your connection with this person is being threatened. Kind of like, now that we're changing and this is going and they're going and doing that and I'm doing this, we're not going to see each other as much and I'm not going to be able to connect with them as much. And this is kind of threatening the bond we have. The bond is going to diminish, or for some of you, you're afraid it might go away. I don't think it's going to happen because you're going to fight to keep it, and they're going to fight to keep it too. The bond will stay. Things will get stronger. I really do feel like stronger. Like this adversity will make things stronger between you and whoever it is. It's going to work out, but they are acknowledging that that's why it's going to bother you the most because you feel like the foundation is being shaken up. It's like shaking up the core. It is moving forward in a better place. You're going to get stronger. They're going to get stronger. I feel like they're having a better time or an easier time moving forward with this. Just follow their lead on what they're doing. Taurus is very good at getting things done and doing what needs to be done. But Taurus tends to be a leader energy, not so much a follower energy. And I'm getting in this situation, it's kind of like finding out what's going on and just supporting it and keeping it going. It's like a supportive role. In this situation, I do feel like it's a supportive role. If you're able to do that, this will help this other person. I also feel like that might make you a little uncomfortable. Kind of like it's hard to know if this has longevity or if this is really going to work, because when you have control of it, you can move things around and deal with things and plan for things and get things in line so that they always kind of like line up where they're supposed to. If you're depending on somebody else to set the plan and set the mood, it's a little more difficult to make sure like what's coming down the road is going to be taken care of, because you're depending on somebody else to make those choices, and that might be a little uncomfortable. But that's another reason I feel like they need your support. Because even though this other person needs to make these decisions, whatever they're doing, if you're going like, all right, I see this coming down the road. Are they planning for that? I don't know if they're planning for that. It's coming down the road. And you're the one saying, hey, if I was in your shoes, 5 miles down the road, we're going to pass this farm and there's some dogs there. You need to make sure that you plan for that so that, you know, if they come out, you're not going to have a problem. You can get by those dogs and nobody's upset. Like something like that. Kind of like if it was me planning this trip, I would plan for that. I'd see that coming, and I would kind of like either we're protecting ourselves or we're going at certain times, or maybe kind of going to go around it, maybe a little longer time to get around it, but we're going to go around it so it's not a problem. You're kind of like the advisor. I'm feeling like you're going to be the advisor role. I almost feel like this whole thing is like we're trying to get there, where you can be the advisor and not the leader. I feel like that's what this needs to happen here, being the advisor and not the leader. Taurus is usually a leader energy though, because I'm kind of like, but you know, you do it for the best of the situation. That's also true. You're into the longevity, and if that's what creates longevity in this situation, I feel like you're all about it. But Taurus is usually a leader energy. I'm still kind of like, no, they're saying be the advisor. Be the advisor, not the leader in this situation. This person is going to seem to be moving forward. They also have the Page of Swords energy coming forward. So it reminds me of a 14-year-old, which I don't think the gender matters, but this is how I view a 14-year-old. I don't know if this is going to sound good or bad or indifferent. They're smart enough to know how to make certain decisions. They don't have it all together. Yet sometimes they think they do. The trick is to honor this energy, and it doesn't mean this person is that age or near it or whatever, but it's just talking about that energy. They may think they have it all together, and they probably don't. It's honoring the energy, and when you bring forth your suggestions, realizing this person thinks they have it under control, and as long as they're honored that way, when you bring forth your information, like you're doing this at eye level, like we're at the same level, I'm just telling you this is what I would do. If you're just careful how you communicate with this person, I feel like this can be very easy. It's just realizing how they're receiving you. Because even sometimes the most gentlest of energies coming forward with a suggestion, sometimes other people who feel like, no, this is mine, I'm supposed to make the decisions, not you, I'm making decisions. And even if you come forward in the most gentlest of energies, they can take that as if you're trying to take over, and they can take that as like a challenge, and you don't want that. Just be aware of how this energy is receiving you, because as long as they feel honored, as long as they feel like they're the ones in control and you're accepting that and you're saying, yep, you're the one making the decisions, I'm just saying if I was in your shoes, I would plan for this. So like you might not want to make the plan for them. You might want to be like, well, that's coming up down the road 5 miles down the road. If I was in your position, I would start making a plan for that. Then if they ask you, like, well, what would you do? You would say what you would do, but be ready that they're going to want to, like, not dicker it out, what do I want to say? Like, negotiate it out. Not in the sense of, like, your plan is wrong, but they want their own feel to it. So you might want to, like, when you bring forward, like, this is what I would do, leave pieces open for them to fill in. And then just kind of like give them hints about, well, when you're filling in, like if you're going that way and you know that there's these dogs up there, you don't really want to be violent towards dogs because, they didn't do anything to you. They're just protecting their land. So, bringing a stick to beat them with, I don't know if that's the best idea. Besides, if you're going to actually fight them, you may, not only would you hurt them, you probably are going to get hurt yourself. What other way could we do this? Like just leaving things open, kind of like, well, there's the dogs up there. You might want to figure out how to deal with that. Well, you could do that, but, that might go bad because of this. Well, you could go around this, and, if you go around this, it's just an idea. You don't get hurt. They don't get hurt. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets hurt. It's kind of a nice way to work that out. I feel like that's might be how you have to kind of position it. Like, say that's what's there and see what they do with it. And then when they start bringing forth ideas, like you could do that, this could go wrong, that could go wrong, this could go right, but maybe this is another. What other ways could you handle this? Like, you might have to play it that way. Like, just kind of give hints about what way you would handle it, but not tell them the flat out way so they can kind of, unfold it and put it together themselves. If you give them the whole plan, like I see this coming, this is what you need to do, and you give them the whole plan, you probably are going to have some adversity, and then that might not work out well. Just start out saying that's happening. That's coming down the road. You need to deal with that. I would deal with it. Well, maybe you want to be even careful to that point. That's coming down the road. If I was you, I would plan for that. And then just see what happens from there. And just kind of work with it. Are we good? All right, we're good. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.